I started training when I was 13, and then when I was like 16, I had my first amateur fight, and never really looked back since then.
Oh, nice head kick by Jury.
Myles Jury has been nothing short of dominant since first stepping foot inside the cage in 2005. The 25-year-old prodigy has quietly amassed a perfect 13-0 record, finishing 11 opponents while going 4-0 in the UFC.
Jury!
Physically, mentally, I go all in. I put everything I got into this. It's literally a lifestyle for me.
He puts in all the work after his fights. He doesn't stop. He keeps working on stuff that we're supposed to work on. He can make it all the way to the top if he just keeps doing what he's doing.
I think he does have the qualities to be a champion, and I think he sees that in himself.
From the beginning of your career till the end, you have people telling you you can't do something or you're only going to get so far. That either drives you to become the best or it stops you at the stipulations that other people have for you. Myles is the type of person to pass those things and become great.
Thank you. Perhaps lost in his wake of destruction thus far has been recognition. Jury enters into his bout unlisted on the official UFC rankings. In fact, he's never been on a main card in his 4-fight UFC career.
From a truly dominant
Wins over
position.
top competition like Michael Johnson and Ramsey Nijem, the question remains, why? Tomorrow night, the Fury embarks on the biggest fight of his young career against perennial madman and Tough One champion, Diego Sanchez.
It's kind of cool now to finally be fighting some people that, you know, when I beat, it's going to put me up there to where I want to be, you know, top of the division. I really don't have anything to lose in the fight, and all the pressure's on Diego.
Diego's a fun guy to fight. He's got a good name, and he's not a staller. He goes for the kill, and it's going to turn Myles up. I think he's going to really rise to the occasion. Okay, guys, ready?
You know, I just feel like if I keep winning fights and I keep focusing on myself and getting better, they can't deny me forever. And I'm going to continue to get better, and I'm going to continue working my way up the ranks.
Sanchez has gone through exactly what Jury is experiencing now. In fact, Sanchez was 13-0 and being praised as the next big star before Jury even made his MMA debut. Sanchez has said that he plans to give Myles Jury a reality check. Kenny and Boss, back to you.
Thanks, Ron. We know one thing. Diego's certainly going to bring it.
He's going to bring it. He will come forward, and Myles is going to have his hands full. But he's good, undefeated, 13-0, got a bunch of knockout submissions. Only 2 decisions. So
As
he's a
of
finisher
now,
too.
the jury is still out.
Yeah.
But we will know more next week.
I feel like I've been around for a while, and I feel like I've been fighting some good guys for a while. It's just that now finally I'm getting a guy with the name. You know what I mean? I've been fighting tough guys with no names though, so it's good though. I mean, like, I'm excited for the opportunity, but I feel like it's just another fight to me, man. If anything, this is like the last pressure I've ever had in a fight because all the pressure's on Diego. Bring in good sparring partners, guys that mimic Diego, guys that don't respect me at all. You know, I'm not sparring with guys that are, you know, looking at me like, oh, Myles Jury. I'm bringing in guys that are like, their one job is to try and knock me out, is trying to, you know, intimidate me, trying to do exactly all the things that Diego does. So I've had that look in the gym, so there's like really nothing else I can do to prepare for him. You know, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. A lot of people talk about like oh, you know, like you're on a 4-fight win streak. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but you know, the stuff that really wakes me up is knowing that I've been through, like, you know, I've been in some really, really bad situations in my life, and I've always overcame them. So, you know, coming to this fight with Diego Sanchez, yeah, run it, let's do it, you know. Yeah. So. Couple days before the fight with Diego, the week of the weight cut, I just do a lot of running, a lot of sweating, cut back a lot on what I eat, and yeah, just a lot of sweating. Fighting somebody with a name like Diego Sanchez was pretty crazy because he's my first household name, but I knew a win over him will just boost me that much farther up the ladder. Diego talked a lot of stuff online, but it's nothing new. A lot of my opponents talk stuff, and yeah, talking is easy. Getting in there is a lot harder. I felt good though. There's a lot more media, so open workout. So I just kind of, you know, just went with the flow. It's my first time doing that, so it was good that I got to tell my story and get to meet a lot of new people. And just coming out to the fight, it was crazy.
really, really crazy, but it's excitement, and that's what I live for. That feeling.
First up on the scale, Myles Jury. 156 for the Fury. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, Diego Sanchez and Myles Jury.
Yet to taste defeat in a career that began in 2005. Newly minted Jiu-Jitsu black belt Myles Jury has shown skill and poise in his UFC years over Chris Saunders, Michael Johnson, Ramsey Nijem, and Mike Ricci. But in Diego Sanchez, he will be pushed further than he has ever been before.
I'm going to beat Diego Sanchez because I worked my butt off my whole life and I deserve this win.
Tricky when the situation's sticky and the liquor got him silly, but I take over the world when I'm on my little show. Look at all this money, ain't that so?
And do you ever get nervous?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you?
Especially when you got Diego Sanchez on the other side of the cage screaming at you and mean mugging you. Yeah, for sure you get nervous, but the nerves are good. You know, they keep you loose and they keep you on point and they keep you not getting overconfident.
Fighting out of the blue corner, a Jury Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a perfect professional record. 13 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California.
It was crazy, you know, just the American Airlines, the place was sold out. I think the attendance record broke the highest UFC attendance in the U.S. for all the events, so it was just crazy. I mean, the atmosphere was nuts, but the fight went great, and everything that I worked on came out perfect that day.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. For the winner, by unanimous decision,
Yeah!
I would have to say one of the highlights of my MMA career was fighting back in Michigan before I made it onto the big stage in the UFC and all that. I got to fight close to my hometown back in Michigan, and it was very cool because everybody there, you know, people I grew up with, my family and stuff. So, yeah, I guess one day hopefully UFC goes back to Michigan and we can relive that one.